welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the New York Mets. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. And on the mound in this one, Sean Manaea.
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub-350 ERA. And, you know, guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub-2s, they're dominating. But when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, you know, good season last year, opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even improve. But I tell you what, if this guy's pitching for me and I'm playing in the outfield, I'm loving every minute of it.
And that is out of play. And strike two.
0-2 with the count.
In the air, out towards left center. Nimmo makes the catch. One up, one down. And time down for the Marlins lineup. Singy, we're looking at a young lineup here. Not much experience, but they're going to bring a lot of energy to the field.
Yeah, and that's just it, Boog. We expect this lineup to play hard no matter what. They are an exciting group to watch.
And now for the Marlins, Griffin Conine. Hitless of the first two games of the series. He's 0 for 8. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
And 1-2.
2 strikes.
Got him swinging. And up next for Miami, Xavier Edwards. Just missed.
That ball went out.
2 out, space is empty. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Popped up. And that's the 3rd out. Enough to do it for the Marlins. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Citi Field, getting the nod on the mound, Ryan Weathers. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on out.
And that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. The relay throw. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. You'll often hear the phrase, short to it, long through it. And that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
So the go-ahead run at scoring position. Here's Juan Soto. Homered last night, added another hit as well. First pitch misses. Fought off foul. No outs. Runner on second. Ripped into right field. Base hit. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Well, that's a smart decision to hold up with one out and the heart of the order coming up. Don't want to run into it out at home plate.
Here's Pete Alonso with 4 hits in the series, 3 of them home runs. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Sanchez gets under it. Makes the grab. Runner tags for home. The throw's offline. He's safe. And it's 1-0.
So many times that one gets out of here and into the seats, but he'll take the sac fly RBI. Good job to get that run in from third.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Vientos with an impressive 5-hit performance in his last game. Now this is in the air down the line. Myers sizes this one up. Hauls it in for the out. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Plays it on a bounce, and it eats him up. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Wastes no time there. Pretty good spot. Hard and inside, but that's a perfect example of keeping your hands inside the ball, tight to the body. The ability to take that back up the middle shows his approach is to use the entire field.
Francisco Alvarez stands in now and watches strike 1.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in. With a runner at third, this is who they want at the plate. He's so good at getting a run across in these situations.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Foul ball, still 0-2.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
Breaks his bat. There's a soft liner. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. They get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. 1 inning in the books here. It's the Mets 1 and the Marlins nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the DH, Connor Norby. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone?
Yeah, he's like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
Caught it, looking for the K.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Jonah Bride in the box now. No balls and a strike. One down, base is empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Graham Pauley, the next to hit, takes outside. Foul ball there. battling here as he fouls it away. 2 outs. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And a 1-2 again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Down to the bottom of the second. It's the Mets 1 and the Marlins nothing. Back here in Queens, Jeff McNeil stands in.
Second baseman.
Weathers, the lefty who lights up the radar gun. 25 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2018. Ryan Weathers will get back to work. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Myers coming on, and he makes the catch. Then there's one down.
Batting 8, the designated hitter, Jesse.
Here's Jesse Winker. First pitch doesn't find the zone. 1 out, bases empty. Line drive, base hit.
Batting 9, the
So a
17th.
man at first. And here is Jose Siri with 3 hits so far in the series, and he's knocked in 3 runs as well. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Swing and a ball popped in the air. De Los Santos brings it in. 2 away now.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now it's Frankie Lindor. A double and a run scored his first time up. Hammer, base hit. Winker on his way to third. Hung up in a rundown now. And he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning. Mets lead 1. They lead it 1-0. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
De Los Santos.
Manaea back to work. Yeah, that's fouled off. Fouled off. He was late. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Ripped to short. Lindor on to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Batting 8, the catcher, Agustin Ramirez.
Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. Drove in their only run in last night's game. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Right through there for a strike. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. 1 down, base is empty. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes. but that's not what that pitch was.
Got it. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling. And you think the ball's going to get into the gutter, and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
And at the plate for Miami, Dane Myers. And there's a foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They're down 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Juan Soto.
Lifted in the air, right field. Conine settles under this one, squeezes it, and there's one down.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, but just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
So next, Pete Alonso drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. And it's fouled away. The pitch. And that one hammered back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Now batting, the third baseman, Mark.
2 down, base is empty. And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. He's 0 for 1. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Conine makes the grab, and that's the inning. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
Jesus Sanchez.
Swings through the sweeper.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners off.
Calls it in, and there's one away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Conine, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Next offering is in for a strike.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
The Fish trailing by a run, top half of inning number 4. That's to third, and it stays fair.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep, so pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now Xavier Edwards flips the corner. That's strike 1. Man at first, 1 away. That one fouled off. Foul ball, still 0-2. Ball one there. Pitch misses there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Konai, the base runner at first with 1 out. And it remains 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Next offering misses. Full count now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That's an automatic ball because the timer ran out.
And a free base with the wall. Not exactly a confidence boosting play on the mound.
Number 1. Designated
Now it's the DH, Connor Norby. Struck out looking at his first at bat.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Fastball for a strike.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to finish off this hitter.
In there at the knees. 0-2 now.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
And there's 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Here's the second baseman, Jonah Bride. And that's in there for strike 1. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Marlins strand a pair, and it remains 1-0. Back here at Citi Field, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Brandon Nimmo. This one popped up. Pops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next hitter to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Grounded out his first time up. That one ripped. That's back there. Gone. His 4th home run of the season, and they boost their lead. It's 3-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off.
We take another look as StatCast tells us that ball took off at 110 miles an hour.
And plenty of distance as well. I mean, that was an impressive home run, Boog. He squared it up and knew it was gone.
Now it's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Man at first, Jesse Winker getting ready to hit. Lined, and that's a base hit. McNeil headed for third. Throw comes in. Runner stops. Second and third. Nobody out.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he made it out front for the line drive knock.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Ryan Weathers out of the game, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
Cal Quantrill on to pitch out of the pen here.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
And now it's Jose Siri. First time up was a pop out. Out towards left center. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. Applies the tag, and they get two. Double play.
Such an impressive play defensively right there. The outfielder on the run. First makes the catch, but then quickly able to set his feet and get a strong enough throw with accuracy to the dish. Nice job by the catcher as well to finish it off. Just a highlight play.
Here's Francisco Lindor. He swings and fouls one off. On the ground. De Los Santos steps on the bag, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. Mets had 2 runs on this blast. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back at the ballpark, and in this series, it has been lights out on the mound as we take a check of the numbers. There's a strike at the knees.
You know, these Marlins being a little too patient at the plate in this game. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. Up against the wall and brings it in.
Up next for the Marlins, the first baseman, Davison De Los Santos.
Davison De Los Santos now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Next offering is in for a strike.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. Struck out looking his first time.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Just missed. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. Miami down in order. They trail it here 3-0. Bottom of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto.
And first offering is fouled off. Soto in his 7th season, 26 years old, and he's a former home run derby champ. Now with the shift on, hits right into it. They get the out on Soto.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso digs in now.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Here's a high chopper. Paulie throws across the diamond, and that takes care of Alonso.
Now batting, the third baseman, Mark Vientos.
2 outs, base is empty. Digging in, Mark Vientos. 0 for 2 in this one. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And puts the squeeze on that one. That is the inning. And the Mets go down 1-2-3. But they lead it 3-0. Welcome back. And struggles at the plate in this series as we take a look at the numbers. Manaea back to work. And that's in for a strike. 0-1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
McNeil gets it to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jesus.
Back to the top of the Miami order. And now for the Marlins, Jesus Sanchez. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. And that one is lifted in the air. Out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder,
Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. 1 for 2. Off the plate inside, ball 1. The Marlins trailing by 3, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Right side, and foul ball. Way out front for strike 2.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. It's the Mets 3 and the Marlins nothing. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Back there. And brings it in at the wall.
Now batting, catcher, Francisco.
Stepping in, Francisco Alvarez. He had a big swing back in the 4th, a 2-run homer, and that helped them get the lead.
And what a swing it was, Boog. Poetry in motion, and those are the type that you hardly feel when you connect with the baseball. Just so smooth, a great feeling off the bat.
On the ground, out to short. Gets the catcher by a step.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Now it's going to be Jeff McNeil. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Sanchez sizing this one up. Corrals it. And that is that.
Now pitching for
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Frankie Montas. This is his 3rd time out this year. Now here is Xavier Edwards. The fish in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
First offering, and it just misses. The other way, and that's a fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in, and they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And now here's the Marlins DH, Connor Norby.
0-1's the count.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And it finds its way through for a hit. Play at the plate. Got it.
Now
That really hurts right there. This is no time to gamble. When you're down in the ball game, you've got to be sure if you're going to advance a runner or even try to score right there that you're going to be safe. Just a poor decision.
Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
And that's just foul.
If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base. But this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
He goes down looking.
that.
Down to third baseman, Graham Pauley. Late swing, foul to the left.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Swing and a ground ball. Toss to Alonso. Out number 3. No runs on 2 hits. No errors and a runner left. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Mets 3 and the Marlins nothing. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Declan Cronin.
Declan Cronin.
Jesse Winker up now for the Mets.
The designated hitter, Jesse Winker.
And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Sanchez makes the grab, and there's one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Now batting, center fielder.
Here's the center fielder, Jose Siri. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Ramirez pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
2 down, bases empty. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. Down in order go the Mets, but they lead at 3-0.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the New
back,
York
and a new
Mets.
arm on the mound to start the 8th.
Number
A.J.
33.
Minter.
A.J. Minter.
Davison de los Santos getting ready to hit.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right, out of play. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
And a swing and a miss. And there's one away.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Agustin Ramirez will hit next. That pitch gets the corner. That's strike 1.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen, throwing beatings.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Myers in the box again, takes a strike. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
All right, there's number 8, 1 away.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitches.
And there's the 3rd out. That'll do it for the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now here is Juan Soto. Cronin, 27 years old, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. And first offering is fouled off. That's towards center. Myers on the move, makes the catch, and there's one away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
There's a swing and a drive. Say goodbye to that one. That's his 4th home run of the series. It's 4-0. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So 1 out, nobody on. Mark Vientos, the next to hit. Here's a rocket out to left. Snags it for the 2nd out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Brandon.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Brandon Nimmo. And a foul ball.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
That's out to center field. Sanchez settles underneath it, hauls it in to end the inning. The Mets add 1 to their lead on this solo shot. Last chance coming up here for the Marlins.
Now pitching for
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Edwin Diaz.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Back to the top of the order now. Jesus Sanchez now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. That pitch gets the inside corner. Strike one. And that one in the air center field. Siri sizes this one up. Makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, the right fielder.
He's 2 outs away. And up next for Miami, Griffin Conine. 1 for 3. Swing and a line drive and a base hit out into left center field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
The batter, number 9.
And at the plate for Miami, Xavier Edwards. On the ground to third. Fair ball. The throw to third. Save. And now second and third with 1 gone.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Ball that's outside.
Second and third, 1 away. Here at the top of the 9th. Next offering is fouled back. This one in the air, right field. Base hit. 1 run is in. Now 2 runs score, and it's now a 2-run game.
Up next for the Marlins.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Next to hit, Jonah Bride. See the velocity 97 with that fastball. Norby leads off first with 1 away. Center field. Siri in position. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Marlins, the third baseman, Graham.
Marlins down to their final out. And now for the Marlins, Graham Pauley. That one finds the zone. And that's strike 1.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher.
That one the other way, and foul ball. Diaz is just 1 strike away. On the ground to first, and it goes just foul. The tying run at the plate. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Got him, and that's the ball game.
9 wins in a row. It's such a good feeling right now with this club that no one wants to be the player that causes the team to lose. In fact, they're looking at ways, each player, every day they come to the ballpark, how can I help us win today? And this is a great feeling. It's like being in the playoffs when individual statistics don't matter. It's all about the team W.
And your final 4-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.